So I started recording or producing music actually before I started singing or songwriting. It was about sort of 8 years ago. I had a cheap bit of production software on my computer that my dad installed and just had so much fun with it. And then for my GCSEs when I was 15, 16, I took up singing lessons, really took to it, started songwriting, and so I basically developed my recording and songwriting in parallel over the last 7 years, which makes me feel really old. It's just been a really natural hand-in-hand process that's kind of helped me think very holistically about my music as a whole, sort of dealing with both the production side and the songwriting side. So I've done quite a lot of genre and influence shifting from when I started out. I started out very singer-songwriter, and I was listening to a lot of artists like Ben Howard, Katie Tunstall, early Adele. They were kind of the basis for my songwriting and the way I started out musically, because it was just me and my guitar then. And I moved through quite a lot of stuff and tried all kinds of things, and now I'm pretty firmly in the indie pop region. So I think now the biggest influences for my production are artists like Still Woozy, Easy Life, Bene, and AJR. They're all quirky indie pop, sense of humour in the way that they write. But I also listen to, I guess you'd call it R&B. I really didn't have much of a relationship with rap music until pretty recently, and it's become such a pleasure to listen to. It's one of my favourite things to listen to now. So artists like Duckworth and Anderson .Paak, I absolutely adore. And then artists like Doja Cat as well, I listen to a lot of. And I think in my writing, I take a lot of inspiration from, that kind of sense of humour they have in the way that they write, and just playing with words and expression is kind of what I've learnt through listening to that kind of style of rap. So that's kind of what I'm trying to weave into my indie pop stuff, is kind of having the quirky indie production, but working in this rhythmic, interesting songwriting and vocals, and trying to blend singing and rapping, because it's just fun. I guess that's the thing, right? I'm doing what I have fun with. Honestly, COVID has rocketed my career, bizarrely. Lockdown has just been a really good time for growth for me. I ended up at home with my family with nothing else to do in lockdown, so I wasn't gigging at that point, so there was no time was going into anything else other than just creating content. And I just sort of saw the months over lockdown as just a period to just create, and not just songs to release, but just online content that I could share more regularly with people and connect with. And it just completely blew up, really. All my following on all my platforms has more than doubled. Partly everyone has nothing else better to do than listen to my music now. I think I've just been able to connect with people more, because online and through social media has kind of been the only place that people have been able to connect at the moment. So there's really been an audience for what I've been doing, and especially because so many artists have run out of inspiration or aren't able to create, I'm super lucky that I have all my production at home. So it's kind of business as usual for me, where I'm still able to create the content I would have created anyway, which I think has been nice for people to be able to see and share in a time where that sort of thing has been slightly harder to access. So yeah, it's been the weirdest blessing, really. But I am very much looking forward to sort of things being able to get back a little bit more to normal. I miss my friends, I miss gigs, I want to be able to play with other musicians again. But for now, I'm just really grateful, because there's loads of people that haven't been so lucky. So yeah, weird. The other great thing over lockdown that has really propagated growth for me is that lots of bigger artists who have also been in lockdown have also been able to connect with their following a lot more. So I've been making loads of covers, which artists have been seeing and reposting. So I did a cover of Peanut Butter by Easy Life, which Easy Life reposted. Still Woozy reposted a cover I did of his song Window, and I was put through to the final in a competition put out by Glass Animals for a cover of their song Heat Waves. So it's just been crazy seeing the response that's had, but it's also just been amazing being able to have artists seeing the content that I'm making based on their songs, which previously I think was much less likely to happen, because these artists were super busy and didn't have the time to spend a bit of time on social media connecting with their fans. So yeah, again, just unexpected positives, really. And that's been like a massive contributor to the rise in my following at the moment. And I can't thank those artists enough for shouting me out, because it's an Instagram story for them, but it's another 500 followers for me. You can expect a whole lot coming. I've been a little bit quieter on social media at the moment, because I've been working in my little music cave behind the scenes, working very, very, very hard. There is a bunch of new music that is going to start making its way out over the next few months. There's some, big projects and visuals, and some of my best production yet, honestly. I just can't wait to get it out. I'm such an impatient artist. As soon as I make a song, I just want to post it. But I'm trying to really put some time and effort into packaging everything up as cohesively as possible, and making these releases more of an experience for the audience. But yeah, and I've been working more with other artists, which I previously hadn't been doing, but lockdown meant that lots of people were starting to reach out online. So I've been working on some collaborations, which will also be making appearances even sooner. So yeah, just musical explosions, rainbows, sparkles. It's all coming. I just need to get on with it. But yeah, next few months you'll start seeing some cool activity.